Today we're joined again by our fabulous photographer Jason Rosewarne. Jason, how you doing?
Good, thanks, Greg. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good. I thought while ACDC is still in the country, they're finishing up the Power Up tour in Perth, that we might revisit the Melbourne gig, the first gig of the tour. Um, Massive day all up,
Oh,
wasn't it?
huge day. There was a real buzz around the city all day for that show. The anticipation was palpable.
Yeah. Um, my ACD history was that they were the first band I ever saw at my local high school, Faulkner High School, in 1975. What's your history with the band?
My first AC/DC album I bought was actually Back in Black in 1981. So just after Brian took over, and that was my first real love of AC/DC. So I've always been a Brian Johnson fan right from when I, you know, sort of first got that first album.
Yeah, but you're kind of late to the party though.
Yeah, I was a bit late to the party. I was into other things back then, but yeah, I got there eventually.
Yeah. Um, so on November 12th, we saw AC/DC play at the MCG, the first gig of the tour, but it was a big day prior to that. The city of Melbourne launched their new neon AC/DC sign in AC/DC Lane. I didn't get down there, but you saw it. What did you
Yeah, I
think?
did. Yeah, you sent me that email from a few. You said there's a couple of things going on in town. You might want to get there a bit earlier to just check it out. So I did. And yeah, first of all, walked to AC/DC Lane to have a look at the new signage, and there was quite a few people around taking photos there, and of course I had to get my selfie there while I was there. So yeah, did that, and then wandered down to Fed Square to have a look at the bagpipe playing record.
Yeah, that
It was
was
phenomenal.
massive. Thousands of people at Federation Square.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I didn't know what I was in for there, but it just started to build and build and build. And I think when you arrived, it was so busy that you couldn't see anything. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, the reason that they had the bagpipe record attempt was because 50 years ago, Bon Scott and the boys drove down Swanson Street in a pickup truck, playing us a long way to the top. Bon with his bagpipes, so they were recreating that day.
Yeah, it was really good. And a couple of the original bagpipers were actually playing that day as well, that were in the video clip. Two of the old guys were there and got up and were part of it. So yeah, that was great. And I sort of got stuck in the crowd not too far from where they were playing and shot my little video on my iPhone while I was there, which sort of went nuts I posted on Facebook on the way to the gig, and it just sort of took off.
Yeah,
I think last time I checked it, it had over 600,000 views, over about 4,500 shares.
yeah,
Facebook seemed to have taken the count numbers off now, so it's probably up around three-quarters of a million at the time of shooting this, but it
yeah.
was crazy.
Yeah, it was quite a historic event, really. So then everybody made their way down to the MCG, the Melbourne Cricket Ground, getting down to business. What gear did you take, and what were your photographic instructions?
I had my usual kit, so I had the Canon 6D with a Tamron 24 to 70 2.8 lens. That was my second camera, and my main camera was the Canon 5D Mark IV with a Tamron 70 to 200 2.8. So that was the two cameras I had with me, and we could shoot the first three songs. So we all met at one of the gates. There was only about, I think there was 10 of us that were approved to shoot the show, which was a real honor for me to be included in that.
Yeah,
And we all walked in as a group about 10 minutes before the show started. So we were told where we could stand and where we couldn't stand. And yeah, shoot the first three songs and off we go. It was a bit of a whirlwind.
yeah. It was great because less than a week prior, you were at Metallica and had to shoot from a mile away. Uh,
Yeah.
Conditions for that weren't too good.
yeah, it was a totally different experience for ACDC. I could feel the whole thing. I felt like I was right in the middle of the crowd, and between the crowd and the band was just an amazing spot to be.
Yeah,
I'm very grateful for that opportunity.
yeah. First up was the Casanovas, which unfortunately we weren't allowed to shoot. Um, Dave Larkin from Dallas Crane joined Tommy and the boys, and they played well, but it was a shame we couldn't capture that.
Yeah, well, we were waiting outside, so we weren't even allowed in to watch that. We were just waiting outside for our escort in. We could hear it, but couldn't see any of it, so we totally missed it.
Yeah. Of course, you did get to shoot Amel and the Sniffers. How did you find shooting Amy Taylor?
Oh, she's a whirlwind. Yeah, she was amazing to shoot. She's all over the stage. She's got energy to burn, and we were just lapping it up, loving it.
Yeah. You got to shoot the first three AC/DC songs, which were If You Want Blood, You've Got It. Back in Black, how good that was the second song. And
Yeah,
then Demon Fire.
the new album.
Yeah, how was it in the pit? I believe there might have been some newbies that were getting used to pit etiquette.
Yeah, look, that's always the way. It was there was only 10 of us in there, so there was plenty of room to move. It was quite a big pit. We were stuck to one side, the right-hand side of the stage, so we couldn't really move. It was a high stage. It was about, I don't know, 6.5 foot high to the actual stage surface from where we were standing. So um, there's one of the shots that I've sent through to you, which shows people holding their cameras above their head to try and get full body in. But I don't have a swivel screen on my camera, so I had to rely on just getting what I could from eye height, which is a little bit tricky, but I think I managed to get some decent shots anyway.
Yeah. Angus gave photographers some great photo ops early, coming down the walkway fairly early.
Yeah, yeah, no, that whole build up and the video they played, the intro video was amazing. The crowd were just, you could feel the excitement in the air while that was playing.
And the lighting conditions.
Yeah, the lighting was good. It was just starting to get dark out there when they came on stage, so there was still a tiny little bit of ambient light, which was nice when I got a couple of shots of Angus looking back towards the crowd in the stands. So that was good. But yeah, the lighting was perfect.
Yeah, and there was one shot that I loved with Brian looking straight down the barrel of your lens.
Yeah, he knows how to play the crowd. He's been doing it a long time, and he knows what to do. So he was great to see.
Yeah, and I guess with the height of the stage, it was difficult to capture the rest of the band.
Yeah, we couldn't. I'd have to stand right back on the edge of the pit and hold my camera above my head to get the rest of the band. I think I tried to get a couple, but it wasn't really working. They were a long way back. It's a huge stage. So really most of the shots were of Brian and Angus who moved around constantly.
Yeah.
They gave us plenty of opportunities and we were all just happy to lap it up.
You got some great shots of the crowd as well. One of your favourite shots was uh, one of your old mates.
Yeah, it was a guy that his wife works with my wife, and he was there with his son. And I just happened to see them one back from the barrier, and they called out to me, and I had a chat with them, and we just couldn't believe what we were there to see. And they were going again on the Friday night as well, so they saw the show twice. But
Yeah.
it was really great to share that moment with them as well.
Yeah. A couple of the shots you sent me saying your favorite shots. There's a horizontal shot of Angus with his arm in the air and one hand on the fretboard. Why was that a fave for you?
Oh, I think it's just the classic Angus shot. The lighting was good. Um, just yeah, just one that I like the composition of, and didn't have anyone in front of me. The lighting was great. Just worked that shot.
Yeah, and there's another one of Angus that you like with some light beams coming from all directions on him.
Yeah, the lighting looked really good in that one, and again, a classic Angus with his hand in the air. Um, You got to get those iconic shots when you can. So it was nice to see that.
Yeah. And of course, after your three songs, you got to come back and watch the rest of the show. What were your favorite songs during the night?
Oh, it was really great to hear Jailbreak after
Yeah.
34 years. Let There Be Rock with the cannons going off was pretty cool.
Yeah, the featured a 20-minute guitar solo from Angus.
Yeah,
I thought
he certainly had the crowd eating out of his hands with that one.
you might still be there playing, actually.
If he could.
Yeah. Actually, Jailbreak was a nice touch. They hadn't played that song for so long, and it was a real nod and a wink to Bon Scott. Um, and Brian acknowledged the Melbourne crowd as uh, being I forgot how he worded it now, but was like the home of ACDC. They
Yeah, he did mention that at the start.
lived here for I think all of 1975 when I saw them play at the high school, and they did the Swanson Street Long Way to the Top clip in Melbourne. They had a classic concert at the Sydney Myer Music Bowl in Melbourne where the fence was torn down. So
Yeah.
there's a big history with ACDC and Melbourne, of course, ACDC Lane as well.
How many times have you seen the band over the years?
Um, well, there was the high school. Then I used to see them at Festival Hall with bands like Skyhooks and Sherbet that were doing those gigs at that time. I think a couple of times at the Music Bowl, and then once with Brian Johnson on the Black Ice tour.
Yeah, okay.
After
Yeah, well, this was my first time seeing him, so what an experience for me.
yeah,
Doesn't get much bigger than AC/DC.
and probably the last time.
Probably the last time, yeah.
It was a show not huge on pyrotechnics until the end. There was some confetti and for those about to rock cannons at the end, but
Yeah. It was no frills rock and roll.
yeah, but the lighting system, the backdrop, that was quite amazing.
Yeah, as I said, that intro video they do with the car and the headlights driving into the MCG just sent fans crazy. It was a great intro, I thought, to bring them onto the stage.
Yeah. So, how do you rate that photo shoot amongst others that you've done?
Oh, it'd be up with the my favourite ones to ever do. It was a real bucket list item for me to be able to shoot that, and thanks to Kerry O'Brien PR as well for getting us that access. It was much appreciated and something I'll never forget.
Yeah. All right, Jace. Well, it was great to reminisce about the concert, and we look forward to the next big one.
Sure do. Thanks for having me again.